concerns county government, let me tell you that the Democrats are planning a three-way primary for county auditor. And I know that, if you don't know, county auditor is an important position. They are in charge of elections. They also decide who goes first on the ballot. So they always list the Democratic candidates first and then the Republicans. But if you had a Republican auditor, then you could list the Republican candidates first. And there's a whole host of other duties they do. So anyway, they're not happy with Joel Miller, the Democratic Party bigwigs. So they have recruited two Jim Hauser is running for county auditor, and a guy named Brian Gradeville, who works in the treasurer's office. So there'll be a kind of a bloody primary. If you know of anyone who is interested in running for county auditor, it's a full-time position, pays very well, and we could really use those names, because I think if Joel ends up getting beat in a primary, he will run as an independent, and I think it would be a prime opportunity for Republicans then to pick up that seat because of disenchantment in the Democratic Party. All right. At this time, I'd like to invite forward Janet Johnson for the credentials report, and then we'll get back to different candidates speaking. Oh, okay, sorry. Just take a seat, Janet. We're gonna. I'd like to at this time to introduce Rod Bloom, who's running for U.S. Congress.
Sorry, Janet, but I have to head down the road to Blackhawk County next. I'll try to get this in quick. My name's Rob Blum, born and raised in Dubuque. I'm a businessman. I own a software development company, also a real estate development company. In 1994, I was lucky enough to be named Iowa Entrepreneur of the Year in the high-tech division. I have met a payroll for 21 years, every single week. I have balanced a budget every month for 21 straight years. I've taken lots of risks as an entrepreneur. Sometimes I've won, sometimes I've lost. And when I've lost, I've never once expected a bailout from the United States government. We need to end bailout nation. It has to stop. I'm also a basketball coach, student pilot, a conservative columnist. I've written a column for the Dubuque Telegraph Herald for 12 years. There's 144 conservative columns out there in their archives. My conservative roots are well documented. I'm also a staunchly pro-life Christian, pro-life from conception to the cradle to the grave. Most importantly, I'm a husband, a father, a stepfather, and a surrogate father to Malcolm, who was a 19-year-old African-American boy from the inner city of Chicago. I coached him. He became an orphan when his mother died at 42 years old. We took him into our home and into our family. That's why I did not run 2 years ago, because we were doing something that was very pro-life. We were trying to save one young man's life. Here's a 6th grader from Chicago. He could not read in 6th grade when he came to Dubuque, Iowa. Today he's a junior at the University of Dubuque with a 3.8 grade point average. Yeah, I'd like to take all the credit for that, but I can't. One thing I am not is an aspiring career politician. I think career politicians are the problem in Washington, D.C. And if I'm elected, it's one of the first things I will do, and I will do it incessantly. I will work hard for term limits. I will limit myself to 3 terms. We need to cut the pay of the congressman in Washington, D.C. to $41,673, which is what the average American works. Governor Perry had a good idea. Let's make them part-time. They should be on the same health care plan that they're trying to put on to us, and they should abide by the same laws we have to abide by. The reason I'm running, I'm trying to be quick here. 2 main reasons. Polls say 80% of Americans, 8 out of 10 Americans, do not believe their children will live a better life than they do. And I know my parents had 10th grade educations, and my dad told me, work hard, get a good education, don't be a drunk, stay off drugs, don't get a girl pregnant out of wedlock. You do these things, Rod, and you'll live better than Mom and I. And by God, he was right, and it worked. And today, 80% of Americans don't believe in the American dream. They don't believe their children can live better than they live. And I think that's an absolute tragedy. It's a travesty. I live the American dream. For America to lose that hope and that belief, that's what has separated this country from every other country in the world. It's what's made us special on this planet, is a hope for a better tomorrow for our children. I firmly and sincerely believe in the American dream, and I will fight every day in Washington, D.C. to get government off of our backs and out of our back pockets so that our children can live the American dream. Second reason I'm running, our founding fathers envisioned a government in America, our system set up like an upside-down triangle. At the top, the wide part was we the people. At the bottom was the government, and the government should fear the people, right? That's the definition of liberty. That's the definition of freedom. Today, this triangle is upside down. At the bottom, we have we the people. At the top, we have the government, and my friends, that is tyranny, and it has to stop. My 2 minutes are up. It's a primary June 5th. I would appreciate your support. I think the GOP gets in trouble. We did in '96 with Bob Dole when we say this person now deserves to be nominated. It's his turn. I am the person that has the age. I also have the career experience, and the accomplishments go toe-to-toe with Bruce Braley. He is profoundly beatable. We can do this time in 2012. I'm glad to be here. I'm looking forward to your support and spending more time with you. Thank you very much.
Okay, Janet Johnson, credentials report.
It is my privilege to give the credentials report this morning, but before I do, I would like to acknowledge the hard work of a couple of our credentials team members in particular, Candace Lyman for her design of our beautiful credentials, and Barbara Skogman for her many hours of data entry, and for the entire credentials team for their spirit of work and diversity of talents, abilities, and input. Please join me in offering them a round of applause and appreciation, without whom today's totally efficient, friendly, and orderly credential process would not have been possible. The report of the 2012 credentials team is as follows. As of approximately 9:00 a.m. this morning, the 2012 Linn County Republican County Convention has credentialed 188 delegates and 11 junior delegates. And the Credential Committee recommends the seating of these delegates, as well as any pre-registered prepaid delegates that are not yet in attendance at today's convention, to constitute a full delegation. Do we have a motion to do so? Okay. Fred Johnson, any seconds?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, congratulations, delegates. Give yourself a round of applause. And for the 2012 Linn County Republican County Convention, a quorum will be maintained by 95 delegates today. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to read we have adopted the rules, and at this time, on the agenda, we have the elect the state and district delegates. You'll notice in the rules, I believe it's 9 and 10, Linn County is entitled to elect 157 delegates and 157 alternates to the district and state convention. A list of nominees for district and state delegates and alternates to be elected by the convention shall be provided by the executives. The list of names will be in order of payment. Out front, they've been collecting the payment and your ability to sign up. Are we full on that list of delegates for the district and state convention?
What?
Are we full on the list yet, or? Okay, if you'd like to go to the district or state convention.
Before today, we had just over 100 people signed up for district and state. I don't know how many people have actually signed up and paid today. I don't think it was the 50-some that would have filled it, because we have seats for 157 delegates.
Justin, we have not received enough for 157.
So we do have room, and even if, for example, today we had people pay for today who didn't show up. I'm sure that there will be people who pay that don't show up. So since we're doing it in order of when we collect money, if you're number 160 and 3 people don't show up, you're a delegate. So we do have room still, and even if you're an alternate, at what you pay. If you have any questions, you can come and ask me how it works, but we're doing it, whoever pays first is first served as a delegate. And right now we do have room.
It is
Not due today. Today, it is $50. Starting tomorrow, it's $55. So pay me today.
Since we've approved that,
I'll be roaming around, so I mean you can just stop me.
you want to give a quick recap of the dates for those?
District is April 21st, and I don't know what state is actually.
June 16th.
June 16th.
And on the 21st, where is that?
It's in Grinnell at the middle school. April 21st and June 16th.
All right, unless there's any objection, we have adopted that as a rule, and so that'll be the way we elect these state and district delegates. Unless there's an objection to that, I think that there's no further action that needs to be taken. Okay, well, she wants me to explain that the district and state conventions are the same. Yeah, they're $50, but it's for both of them. You don't have to go to both of them, but you probably should. And,
$50 today.
right, and 55 tomorrow.
55 tomorrow.
Go ahead. But unless there's objection to this process, that's how you're elected. You're one of the first 157 to pay. No objections, and that'll be how it's done. At this time, we have election of district committee members from the Linn County Rules Committee. We have any nomination for members to the district Rules Committee?
Wait, what did you just say?
My name is Randy Lukeor, and I nominate Gene Struther for the Rules Committee.
Gene Struther? Struther.
Who else are we nominating?
We can have up to 2 members, so are there further nominations?
Sure.
John Abel, Spring Grove. I nominate D. Johnson for the Rules Committee.
D. Johnson, Rules Committee. Are there further nominations? If not, I'd entertain a motion to go ahead.
Rachel Jones, CL17, I nominate Tim Pugh.
Tim Pugh.
Chairman, I'd like to nominate Jim Conklin.
What's your name?
Gene Struther.
Jim Conklin. We have further nominations.
Mr. Chairman, Tim Pugh, I would like to nominate Dan Rubin.
Dan Rubin.
After that.
This is a buffer. We're going to have to use our ballot. You should all have ballots in your name tag. Are there further nominations before we close nominations? Seeing none, at this time I'd entertain a motion to close nominations.